In our midst, and we're even more blessed to have his eldest son with a poem in his honor. Let me introduce Sonny Johnstone.
Well, it's not just me, it's going to be all of us sharing this, and I was given the task a few months ago of writing a poem, and kind of tough to write something that covers 80 years, but I gave it a shot. And when I started, I thought, okay, we can do something serious, kind of a tearjerker, you know, pass out Kleenex. And then I thought, what the hell is that all about? This family, are you kidding me? So anyway, this is a tongue-in-cheek look at Dad's life, starting in 1933, going up actually to today. With the video presentation. Oh, by the way, David, well, I don't need this. Video presentation by David, and miraculously he found some pictures never before seen by anybody in the family that you will see today of my dad. So anyway.
It all started in the year 1933. Soon, this little Scotsman was roaming New York streets. Then the doctor told Tom Sr., you must go west. Somehow, even New York City knew this was for the best. So the family wound up in Phoenix, the air hot and dry, but his mischief would still grow as time went by. Though great for Tom Sr., whose lifespan would double, little Tom Jr. found nothing but trouble.
So they sent him away from the Valley of the Sun, yes, Mission Santa Barbara. Their life went well, yes, he even learned Latin, as he dressed in robes with sashes of satin. Then one day he learned of the vows he must take. This would-be Franciscan slammed on the brakes. No one ever took the time to explain celibacy. Oh no, dear Lord, this life just isn't for me.
So back to Phoenix, no longer part of the brethren. The family all pissed he blew their free pass to heaven. To all his classmates, now he was St. Thomas, or Pope. A peaceful future here, he saw no hope. His next bright idea was to join the Navy. 3 meals and a cot and a life of gravy. Soon he had regrets and came home to stay. But his mom called the MPs and they hauled his ass away.
Well, the Navy wasn't nearly as fun as he thought. Rough seas, the meals sucked, and the engine room was hot. One weekend on leave, he came home again. And on a motorbike, he took a short spin. Several weeks later, in a hospital bed, his eyes would pop open as he returned from the dead. But let's not forget, by this time in his life, he had met the girl that would be his wife.
You know her as Margie, our mother-to-be. She was beautiful, blonde, and in heels, 6'3". A marriage and children, and a move further west, life in the Golden State he thought would be best. Though starting out in the Bay Area, so pretty, they would soon settle down in the capital city. Though there were many years of happiness and fun, there would come a time that those days would be done.
Over the years, Junior had a few other gals, but really, they should have just remained pals. We'll start out with Joanne, and it may sound funny, but they say the first time's for love, the second for money. Then one day, Judy said, with no ifs, ands, or buts, I'm moving home to Gridley to take care of Daddy's nuts. After some years, along came Judy so fine, but they soon had issues on what's yours and what's mine.
Once again, he returned to the Valley of the Sun. maybe that's how it should be when all's said and done. One thing we can say, he is truly a survivor. Hell, his first heart attack, he was the ambulance driver. Did I say the first one? Yes, there have been at least 2. Maybe he just likes to turn that weird shade of blue.
And somehow he managed to live through a stroke, although after the scare it became kind of a joke. At parties we had to set him in just the right place because he could only talk out of one side of his face.
And so here we are in the year 2013 with a story that started in 1933. Not the chosen one, nor Franciscan, nor priest. In fact, he drove a car that bore the sign of the beast. And that is true.
He never made admiral. Turns out he didn't like guns. But he's been a father, grandfather, a brother, and a son. And you know, everyone here would say you were crazy if you told us years ago you would live to be 80. So here's to your day, Dad. This one thing is true. Each heart in this place is filled with love for you.